Welcome back, football fans. Big news from Spain as Barcelona crushed Valencia 6-0 at the Estadi Johan Cruyff. With the Spotify Camp Nou comeback just around the corner, the Blaugrana are showing incredible form. Marcus Rashford finally made his mark with a superb assist, Raphinha silenced critics with a brace, Fermín López delivered another standout performance, and Robert Lewandowski returned to scoring ways. To top it all off, young Marc Bernal made his emotional comeback after more than a year out with injury. Plus, Hansi Flick's men now prepare for a massive Champions League showdown against Newcastle United. Stay tuned as we break it all down. Barcelona are still waiting their return to the Spotify Camp Nou, which continued to be put off by delays. Club bosses had hoped to be able to play Sunday's match against Valencia at their home stadium, but it was not deemed yet, which meant that the Estadi Johan Cruyff was used instead. On top of this, there is defined date for Barcelona's homecoming, although the plan is to be back in time for their first home match in the Champions League phase, which is against Paris Saint-Germain in 3 weeks' time. And there is confidence that this will be the case. In fact, it has now been reported by El Chiringuito that Barcelona will be back at the Spotify Camp Nou in 2 weeks' time for their La Liga fixture against Real Sociedad. This would also ensure that the PSG fixture is played at the same stadium. Barcelona to remain at Estadi Johan Cruyff next weekend. The report has claimed that Barcelona will not be able to return in time for next Sunday's match against Getafe, which, like the Valencia fixture, will be played at the Estadi Johan Cruyff. However, it is now expected that the first team will finally be able to make their homecoming, almost 28 months on from the last game at the iconic arena. Barcelona are still waiting for the official approval to host matches at the Spotify Camp Nou, but the club hopes to secure it within the next 7 to 10 days. If granted, it would mark a long-awaited return home after a significant time away, providing a huge boost both on and off the pitch. For now, however, it's uncertain whether Barca will play at Camp Nou later this month. Meanwhile, FC Barcelona returned to winning ways in spectacular fashion, thrashing Valencia 6-0 at the Estadi Johan Cruyff in their first home game of the season. 3 players, Fermín López, Raphinha, and Robert Lewandowski, all scored braces to lead a dominant performance, leaving Valencia with no chance. Hansi Flick was full of praise for his team's display, telling the media how delighted he was with the players' performance on Sunday night. Before he spoke at the press conference, the Barca head coach gave a short interview on Movistar Plus, discussing the performance of Fermín López, who once again starred at Estadi Johan Cruyff, after doing so in the Gamper Trophy match versus Como. Very good, Fermín, but not just his. The whole team enjoyed playing and that's what matters, said Flick. With Ferran Torres excelling as the number 9 this season, and now Robert Lewandowski also being back among the goals, Flick has a big selection headache. One which he happily embraces. For me, the important thing is the team. Today we decided on Ferran, but we have to keep going. This is the first of 7 games we have before the next break. We won, we have 3 points. Regarding reports that Raphinha was benched in favor of Rooney Bargi because the Brazilian was late to a pre-match training session, Flick remarked. We decided. Rooney had trained well, was in a good frame of mind, and Raphinha was coming after a trip. On his statements criticizing the Spain NT and the RFEF over Lamine Yamal's fitness setback, Flick stated, I said the words I said and nothing more. Nothing more to say. Flick's press conference. At the press conference, Flick was asked for his opinion on Fermín's performance, and the manager was quick to praise the Spanish international. For me, today was a big step. It's what I want to see every game. On the pitch, he's very aggressive against the ball and wins a lot of balls, but he's also incredible with the ball. He showed that today, and when you have that confidence, it's really great, he said. I think he can also improve a little and stay calmer. Maybe in some situations not tunnel like he did and just play normally. He has to improve, but he's on the right path. On the performance of the entire team, he added, I'm happy with the performance. I think we showed what we want to do from the start. The intensity was very high, we were focused on the game. We played as a team together but also for each other. This is what we wanted to see today and we did very well. In the end, this is what it is. The starting 11 did fantastically, but also the players who came off the bench who raised their level. I think I value what I saw today a lot, and this is a start after the international break. Regarding Lamine's absence and how the team coped with it, Flick said, I'm very happy because the team showed we play together as a team, so it didn't matter. This can always happen. De Jong wasn't there, Bald wasn't there. So it is what it is. We have to focus on each game and be ready for each one. On the performance of Raphinha, who came on at halftime and scored a brace, Flick noted, We've always only had 11 players who could start, but we have more in the squad, he jokes. Bargy started because he trains well and his attitude is really fantastic. I love what I see and also his mentality. He always wants to learn, always wants to play with the team, and he's been good. Sunday night was a special occasion for Marc Bernal as he finally made his comeback on the pitch after more than a year out due to an ACL injury. Welcoming the youngster back into the fold, the manager said, "I think after this long journey from injury to returning to the pitch, especially for him and his family, it's a great moment because he's worked so hard over the last year. You can also see it in the stadium with the fans, how they celebrate. It means a lot to everyone at this club and especially to the team. I always say this team is incredible, the relationship they have is fantastic, and you could also see that when he arrived. It's great, really great. I'm very happy for him, for his family, and also for us that he's back." Concluding, Flick once again touched on the competition for the number 9 slot between Ferran and Lewandowski, saying, "First of all, I'm happy we're where we are because of this great quality and of course also because I like it. I've said it before, the players who have arrived have raised our performance level, and that's what I want to see. It's always about the team, not about me or any one player. It's about the team and we have to focus on that." Irrelevant, Newcastle United boss makes clever Lamine Yamal injury claim ahead of Barcelona clash. Lamine Yamal injury. Barcelona star is a doubt to face Newcastle United in the Champions League at St. James' Park on Thursday night. Barcelona star Lamine Yamal is a serious injury doubt for Thursday's Champions League trip to face Newcastle United at St. James' Park. The 18-year-old sensation suffered a groin injury while away on international duty with Spain, one that ruled him out for Barcelona's La Liga match against Valencia on Sunday evening. Lamine has missed training with Barcelona, with the club casting major doubt over whether he will be fit for the trip to St. James' Park on Thursday, 8 p.m. kickoff. Hansi Flick praised his side for their collective effort, stressing that both the starting 11 and the substitutes contributed to raising the team's level. Barcelona went into halftime just 1-0 up thanks to a sharp finish from Fermín López, who later doubled his tally in the 56th minute after Raphinha converted a Marcus Rashford assist. Despite being linked with Chelsea over the summer, Fermín was quick to dismiss any doubts about his future, telling movie star he was determined to stay and fight for his place at Barcelona. Flick was also impressed with the young midfielder's display but warned against getting carried away. He called it a big step forward in Fermín's development and the kind of consistent performance he wants to see every game. Everyone knows he has amazing quality. Against the ball he's very aggressive, he wins the ball a lot but also with the ball. I think he can also improve, but he's in a really fantastic way. Raphinha then added the 4th goal before Lewandowski emerged from the bench to score his first 2 goals of the season, the second set up by Bernal, who had just come on himself. Bernal's appearance marked his first in over a year after he tore his ACL in a league game last August. The 18-year-old was given a rousing reception by the 5,862 crowd at the Estadi Johan Cruyff, where the fixture was played as Barca await the green light to return to Spotify Camp Nou. After this long trip from injury to come back on the pitch, especially for him, for his family, it's a great moment, Flick said of Bernal's comeback. Hansi Flick praised Marc Bernal's long-awaited return, saying the youngster had worked tirelessly over the past year and deserved the warm reception he received from the fans. The Barca coach highlighted how much the moment meant to the club and expressed his delight at seeing Bernal back on the pitch. Now all eyes turn to the Champions League, where Barcelona face a challenging opener away at Newcastle United on Thursday. Hansi Flick highlighted that Barca didn't get the chance to play against English teams last season, praising both the quality of the Premier League and the unique atmosphere at St. James' Park. He also acknowledged Newcastle's impressive progress in recent years and commended their coaching staff for the work they've done, adding that Barcelona are looking forward to the test. Off the pitch, the club has had its share of controversial decisions in recent years. While many of the problems began under the Bartomeu era, even Joan Laporta's board has faced criticism at times, despite the difficult circumstances they inherited upon taking charge. Once again during the summer transfer window, there were rumors that suggested Fermín López might well be sacrificed in the interests of financial fair play and for the plain fact that the club are very well stocked in midfield. The tigerish youngster showed against Valencia what a short-sighted decision that would have been on the board's part. It wasn't just his goals, which have always been in his locker, that made him a standout performer, but his astonishing work rate. He has every right to feel aggrieved when left out for others, given that there's rarely a game in which he plays where he doesn't expend significant effort in his attempts to help earn the points for the Blaugranes. He may not fit the traditional mold of a Barcelona midfielder, but that shouldn't be held against him. His work rate and intensity on the pitch are unquestionable. In fact, he matches the combative nature of Gavi and even scores more goals than Dani Olmo and Frenkie de Jong, even if he isn't quite as technically polished as some of his teammates. Marc Bernal also made a long-awaited return on Sunday as Barcelona dominated Valencia 6-0 in La Liga. The young midfielder came on as a late substitute, marking his first appearance in over a year following a serious ACL injury. He spoke to the media afterwards and made it clear how happy he was to be back doing what he does best. "I'm extremely happy. All the players came to me, all the colleagues and technical staff members to support me and congratulate me. In fact, I'm very happy to be back," he told the media. "Everyone has congratulated me. It has been a very tough journey because you don't see the light at the end of the tunnel, but my teammates helped me. The injury actually made me stronger and helped me get to know myself better, physically and, above all, mentally." What a statement from Barcelona. 6 goals, star performances, and an unforgettable comeback for Marc Bernal. With Camp Nou's reopening just weeks away and a huge clash against Newcastle on the horizon, Hansi Flick's squad is building serious momentum. Do you think this Barcelona side is ready to dominate both La Liga and the Champions League? Drop your thoughts in the comments, don't forget to like the video, subscribe for more Barca updates, and hit the notification bell so you never miss the latest news.